Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Huncho, back at you again with another video. Now, for you guys that don't know, I have been covering the Loski trial over the past couple of months, and as we spoke about before, there were a lot of rumours going around as to why Loski was on trial, and we found out not too long ago that he's officially on trial for getting caught with a loaded handgun in a taxi last April. As we spoke about before, and I will leave the video link down in the description, the prosecution had last said that O'Connor, aka Loski, had a clear motive for carrying the gun, as he was a prominent member of the Kenneton-based Harlem Spartans gang. And again, I will leave that video link down in the description. Feel free to go check that out before you carry on with this one to add a little bit more context to what's going on in this video. So there's been another update, and last night The Guardian had reported that a rapper has told the court he was forced to carry a gun by a man from whom he bought cannabis off, who shoved the weapon in his face and made threats against him and his mother. At Croydon Crown Court on Monday, Jarrell O'Connor, aka Loski, had given evidence, and he denies possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and other related charges. Again, if you do want to know those charges, I will leave that video link down in the description. He had told the court on the 8th of April he had arranged to meet a cannabis dealer he had contact with on Snapchat to purchase 14 grams of cannabis. He said he had purchased cannabis from the dealer, known as D, more than 10 times previously. He claimed that once he got into a car with the dealer at a pre-arranged meeting placed in northwest London, things started to go wrong and he believed he was being kidnapped. Loski had told the court that the door of the car was locked and he panicked. He put a gun in my face. I was panicking a lot. He said he knew where I lived and where my mum lived. With a gun in your face, there's not really a way out of it. He told the court that the dealer told him, "I need you to hold something for me," and handed him a gun wrapped in tissue, which the dealer told him he had to hold on to until the next day before delivering it to a drop-off point. Loski, who was living in Gerrard's Close, South Buckinghamshire at the time of the alleged offences, told the court he had witnessed a lot of violence in his childhood and had moved from his home in Kenneton, South London, to live with his grandmother in Borehamwood, Hertfordshire. After having a gun held against his head by a group of older boys he did not know when he was 12 years old. He told the court, "When I told the police about the gun to my head, nothing really happened, so I didn't really feel like they could help in any way." He said by the time he was 14, older boys forced him to get involved in what he described as country drug dealing, predating county lines. "We all like to go up to country to sell drugs. If you don't agree with what's going on, you can't not do what you're told. You don't have a choice." And he told how on the 4th of September 2014, he was arrested in a car in Andover, Hampshire, in possession of heroin and crack cocaine with intent to supply. He said he had been told to bank the drugs, hide them inside him, but he said he was too scared to do that and kept it in his underpants instead where police found them. "Because I lost the drugs, I was told the only way to clear the debt was to hold more drugs. They said it was my fault because I didn't bank the drugs." And after 2 spells of approximately a year in youth custody for drugs and weapons related offences, he began to succeed as a drill artist. He had been writing and performing rap music since the age of 11, but after his second period of imprisonment, his music began to take off, he said. He told the court that in his music, he was reporting on incidents of crime he saw around him in South London, rather than becoming involved in committing the crimes himself. Drill music is rapping about drugs, knives, violence. It's reporting on what's going on in the area. It started in Chicago, but the UK took the sound to try and make it their own, he said. "In drill, you antagonize people. You make it sound as outrageous as possible. You take something that someone said and make it even better. Everyone wants to have the best drill song. It's a common genre of music. I've said certain things that I haven't seen, but I've heard. Yes, this is what's really going on. I have to sound as real as possible, otherwise you don't get far. It's all about YouTube views. If you say something, everyone talks about you and you get more views. Rap doesn't always have to make sense, it has to rhyme. I don't look scary, so I have to say something that looks more than I am." He told the court he signed to Since 93, a label within Sony, and released a mixtape, Call Me Loose. He goes on to say one of his tracks, Forrest Gump, attracted 12 million views on YouTube, another, Money and Beef, which drew 2 to 3 million views. It was also heard in court that from the 18th to the 25th of March last year, he embarked on a tour across the UK, as some of you might know. He goes on to say, "Drake came to my show on the 25th of March. Drake to me is the biggest rapper in the world right now. He put out a statement saying my music was a part of his inspiration. When he came to my show, it was a big deal. He was right next to all my family." He said at the time of his arrest, he had a lot of projects lined up, including a track he had recorded with Stormzy. And that is everything so far surrounding the Loski trial. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I want to see that song with Stormzy, and I know Loski has a lot of projects lined up, and there's one unreleased song that I really want to hear. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I've seen snippets of it going around, and it sounds cold as fuck, but we'll have to see what goes on with this Loski situation. Now, it's interesting, when I checked yesterday on the law pages, it said that there were 16 witnesses in Loski's trial. Now, granted, they might not all be witnesses to speak out against Loski, because you could have, for example, firearms specialist, it could have been like the taxi taxi driver, arresting officers, etc., etc. So it's not necessarily people speaking against him, and it could be some people speaking for him. But what you got to remember is to have 16 people involved in the trial, that's a hell of a lot of people. And I seen on social media people saying that Loski was a snitch, but for one, he's not really dropping anybody in it, is he? Like, he's just saying D. You know, he's not saying anybody directly, he's not giving up anyone's government name, or he's not alluding to anyone, he's just giving the name as D. It's not really pointing the finger at him in my opinion, but again, that's up for debate. Some people will say he is, some people will say he ain't. There's another theory out there saying that Loski was just saying this to make up a story because the case seems quite strong against him, so he was just making up this story to kind of save face. But again, that's just a theory out there. You know, anybody can say anything, but you know, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and we'll have to leave it up to the jury to decide whether they believe him or not. But yeah, that is everything surrounding the Loski situation. But yeah, if there is any more updates, as always, I'll keep you guys updated. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like. If you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.